Hey, what's happening, everyone? It is Jason Thrifts, and I'm back with Scores of the Week number 12. And I got a lot to share this week, so we're not going to dilly-dally at all. Boom, we're right in it. Okay, excuse me. I bought 6 of these Tiki mugs on Poshmark for $79 total. Sold 5 on eBay, 1 on Mercari, and my sales were $435. So when you take out my initial $79 and fees, I made almost $290 profit sourcing on one platform and selling it on 2 other platforms. So if you thought Poshmark was just for clothes, you'd be wrong. So check it out for the things that you know well, like I know Tiki mugs. Woohoo! All right, I wanted to share this one because this was sold on Bonanza. As you can see, it's a bullet bourbon hat. I sold it for $29.69. If that customer had done some research, he would have found that same hat in my eBay store on sale for, I think, $24 or $25.99. So you could have saved $4 or $5. So don't think that people won't buy on other platforms. You got to have them all working for you because you never know where the sales are going to come from. All right, I think Stacy picked this up, and look at this adorable saguaro cactus, like desert, like Phoenix, like Tucson purse. No brand, homemade, and it was only like $3 or $4. But look, I got $30 for it. And so with the right words, desert cactus, saguaro, prickly pear, purse, handbag, with the right keywords, it found a new owner. So that's the key, is to sell stuff. Does not have to have a brand to get it sold. All right, so we were in the process of cleaning up our Tiki bar area. We call the Den of Sin. And this I had draped across a mannequin we have in the Den of Sin that actually has a Trader Vic shirt on it. I had sourced this. It was cool. We were having a party like, I don't know, a year ago, pre-COVID. And I was like, oh, well, let's sell this. I don't need to have a shirt on top of a shirt. I think it was on eBay for a day and sold it not to a buddy, but to an acquaintance, a guy I know from the Tiki world. He was super excited to get it. And those are that rare times when I wish I was a men's large, because that's a badass shirt. But when I sourced it over a year ago, I think I paid about $20 for it. So I didn't mind paying $20, knowing I could get a good flip. And there was a little bit of staining on the collar, so I probably could have got more had that staining not been there. All right, now it's time for the music scores of the week. Oh, I forgot to mention those were the regular scores. Okay, so we're going to go through the 3 majors. I was helping a friend on their post. They were talking about, they just sourced a whole bunch of cassettes thanks to me. I was commenting on their post, and the ones I could see, I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one. And as I was commenting, I heard a Amazon cha-ching. And while I'm commenting on a friend's post about sourcing cassettes, I sold this used Van Halen cassette for $29. Are you sourcing cassettes yet? You should be, because if you're not, you're missing out on a lot of easy money. All right, so I got a bunch of other cassettes. You will see the rest of them on Thrifty Business this week on Thursday night. Now, if you recall, I've been talking about the big lot of CDs I bought, 2,401 CDs for $1,240. And I listed these 2 Guns N' Roses promo CD singles, 1 track on them, 1 track, $19.99, and that was Patience, and Knocking on Heaven's Door, $19.99. Boom. Both of them sold right away. Knocking on Heaven's Door, I do have another one to the same buyer. Right time, right place. Those eyes were on it. These CDs cost me 75 cents each, and here's 2 that sold for $40. Went in the same packaging. So nice and easy. How about some Ike and Tina Turner? Amoeba Records was nice enough to tell me that this was out of print and an import, and only charged me $19, which I was happy to pay because I then sold it on Amazon for $99. That's a hell of a return. Now let's amplify that, because if you're not flipping music yet, you're missing out on easy money. Let's take a look at my last 2 Mondays. This was 2 Mondays ago. I'm gonna make it big so you can really appreciate it. Let me knock the little branding off here so you can see it even better. Whoops. Okay, cost of goods of these CDs was $77. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 CDs for $77. Obviously, it's an average of $7 a CD. The sales were $606. What? Get out. I'm out. I'm serious. Okay, the following Monday, 3 cassettes, 5 CDs, cost of goods $51.50, which, funny enough, is the code for a crazy person, the cop code, and sales were $325. So those 2 Mondays, my cost of goods were $128.50, and the sales were $931. $931. So what? I'm asking you right now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? All right. So we have talked CDs and we have talked cassettes. Now let's talk records. Now this one tickled me particularly because it was, let me switch back up here. I'll get the little graphic on top. It was Judas Priest, their album British Steel. And as you can see, I sold it in Great British Pounds. So that means British Steel is going back to Great Britain. I don't know why, but that just tickles me. It tickles me when I sell a Hawaiian shirt made in Hawaii back to Hawaii. And this, I thought was great. Picked this up on Record Store Day and flipped it right away on eBay. It made not a huge profit, but a profit enough that it was worth my time. Plus, I bought a couple. I listed them all at once. Sold. So nice and easy. And the UK is not the only place that wants records from us Americans. How about the Kinks? The Kinks are one of the greatest classic rock bands of all time, and the one band that probably left the most money on the table. If you don't know, the Kinks were made up of 2 brothers, Ray and Dave Davies, and they hated each other. And I lucked out and got to see I think it was the last tour, and it was mid-'80s. I was like 13 years old. Loved the Kinks, and they, I think, punched each other on stage, and that was the end. That was the end. The 80s. Think about all the times and all the last tours we've seen the Stones do, and the Who, and even Pink Floyd and Roger Waters. How much money did the Kinks leave on the table by never getting over their brotherly differences and going out on some tours? Amazing. I love them. I would have loved to have seen them. But this one sold in AU, meaning it's sold directly on eBay Australia for $35.84. Now, I'm excited and thrilled to no end to announce to you that, let me get rid of that again. Well, no, we don't need to get rid of that. That records are now outselling CDs 2-1. That has not happened in 34 years. The last time records outsold CDs was 1985. So 86 was the first year more CDs sold than records. And now in 2020, I know that banging is going to be loud and the camera's going to jerk, but I had to make my point. Now in 2020, it's back. People are buying records. And why is that? Well, there's a warmth to vinyl, and it truly is there. You hear that, you think that might be BS. I have an old school stereo that I built behind me in my office here. Record player, 8-track cassette. If you listen to a cassette and an 8-track and then put on a record, it's just this whole different world. And I have a good record player. That's part of it. You got to have a good record player. But the warmth and the envelopment of sound that come out of a record player, so awesome. But records are outselling CDs. So with that being said, I would like to announce my newest web class coming up in a few weeks. Yay! Okay, you've taken my flipping CDs classes, number 1 and number 2. You have taken my flipping cassettes class, and now it is time for flipping vinyl records. So head over to flippingvinylrecords.com. Get signed up. This is going to be a free class on October 7th at 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Now, if you can't watch live, just get signed up. Get signed up before October 7th, and you'll be able to watch later that night or the next day or that weekend or next week, but whenever you get to it. But if you can watch live, it's great to have a live audience. I love answering questions. If you've attended any of my web classes, you know I answer questions until there are no more questions. But now, I've been waiting to teach you all about flipping vinyl. Now's the time. Now that it's officially outselling CDs in the year 2020, it's officially time to teach you all about flipping vinyl. So, free web class, another Jason Thrifts web class. Get signed up right now, flippingvinylrecords.com, and I'll see you on October 7th at 6 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. West Coast. So thank you very much for tuning into this Scores. Don't forget to check out my YouTube shows, Thrifty Business and Selling Past Your Expiration Date, Being Thrifty Over 50. Give me a thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you around the YouTubes. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Da, 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 da.